Hello, my name is Anne, and this video will talk a little bit more about search strategies using the psychology database PsycInfo. So have you ever considered how a library database or an academic research database might differ from Google? So first, let's review. What is PsycInfo? So PsycInfo is a database. It's a subscription database that we on campus subscribe to so that researchers can utilize the information. It is about the field of psychology and contains book chapters and articles and other types of academic information in the field of psychology. That information is academic research created by experts. So it's very specific kind of information. PsycInfo is organized as a database and searchable with fields that are assigned by the database and allow us to have an ease of use when searching this information. It utilizes subject words, which are like the hashtags, that tell us a little bit more about what that piece of information is about. And it does contain some full text articles or abstracts, which are summaries of the article. So just a reminder that when we do a Google search, we are only searching the surface of the internet. Other types of information that is stored on the internet is not available with regular search engines like Google or Bing. Those types of information sources lie below the surface and require a subscription or other types of special access in order to find them on the internet. So let's take a look at PsycInfo and compare it to a Google search. So you may recall that on the library website, you can access academic research databases, including PsycInfo, from the Databases tab. So let's conduct a sample search. Eating disorders and teenagers. Here we have 249 results. Let's also do a Google search. Here we have over 12 million results. So take a little bit of time and conduct both of these searches, one in Google and one in PsycInfo. Name two differences you observe in the search results. And let's meet back here. All right, did you pause the video, conduct a search, and think about how these searches are similar or different? Let's take a look. Well, one of the things that jumps out is the number of search results. You may remember that PsycInfo is curated by the American Psychological Association. Only peer-reviewed research in the field of psychology is available in this database. When we look at the Google search results, we see organizations, websites about medical issues, and some .coms that we really may not know a lot about. So it's important to know that the type of information that is in a database, a research database, are curated results, whereas the items you find on Google are found via an algorithm that we know nothing about. You also note that when we go into one of the results, one of the records, there are fields that organize this record in a database. We can see a title, we can see authors, we can see the source or the citation, which is the article or the book chapter. There's an abstract and subject fields, and much, much more information that is particular to this database. So you may use Google to find information and generate some questions in your mind about a particular topic, but you'll utilize a library academic database to find academic research on very particular subjects. This chart illustrates how Google has very broad searching of many different types of resources. And as you go down this triangle of resources from Google to databases, the scope of information gets more and more narrow, more and more focused, and in fact, more and more reliable. The smaller focused database, like PsycInfo, really helps you hone in on academic information created by experts that's relevant to your topic. So back in PsycInfo, let's do some sample searching and understand more about how to structure a successful search. So let's say our sample topic is what triggers eating disorders in teenagers. We'll start by putting our keywords in the search fields of the database. You can see that we retrieved 2 articles, not very many. So if you recall, one tip is to keep our search simple. If we don't have enough results, maybe we might take away one of our words. Trigger is not the most important word in this search, but eating disorder in teenagers probably are. Let's redo our search. So we go from 2 to 249, much better. So now let's look at our results and look for clues on ways that we might be able to refine our search. When I look at the subject words or the subject field, I can see that there are also related words for that age group, like adolescence or adolescent. So this is the first tip. If you have words that you think might be synonyms, add them to your search using the word or, like in this case. Here's another example. Another search tip is when you have phrases, put quotes around them. Here are some examples. And lastly, if you have a word that might have several different types of endings, you can use an asterisk symbol, like with the word child, to then find multiple versions of that word, like these examples. So let's modify our search using some of those search tips. We may place quotes around the phrase eating disorder. We may add synonyms to the word teenager. And we might use truncation on words that might have multiple endings. And in this case, if I truncate adolescent by the N, that will actually find both adolescent and adolescence. Let's try it. Here we have 249 results. And now we have over 8,000 results by using phrases, synonyms, and truncation. Finally, you'll recall that many academic databases utilize a subject field, again, like the hashtag of a record. The American Psychological Association uses standardized vocabulary for that subject field. By standardizing the words and phrases that represent concepts, we don't need to try to figure out all the different ways an author might refer to a concept. So when we use the phrase eating disorders, it will always be assigned to records that discuss eating disorders in general or in specific. So if an article is about a more specific topic like anorexia, it may be assigned to this general eating disorder subject so that we can locate it. We might take a look and scan our results to see if there are any vocabulary that we can add to our search in the subject field to really narrow our focus. In this case, I can see that eating disorders actually is in the subject field. That happens to be one of our phrases. So in order to hook into that as a subject, we can change the search field to tell the database, please only retrieve items with eating disorders, let's add an S, in the subject field. So this modified our search, and we have a little bit more focused with over 7,000 results. Still quite a few. We might scan our results and find other subject words that help us focus our results a little bit more. For example, maybe we add mental health as a phrase. And again, that can narrow our results. Now let's talk about how to utilize the results of your search. If we look at an article and we want to save it for later, we can add it to our folder. This puts the item in our folder at the top of the page, and we can email it, print it, etc. We can email a record directly to ourselves right from within the record itself using the toolbar over on the right-hand side. You'll notice that some of the articles are available full text, and others are abstract only and are indicated by the Find This Item button. When you click the red button, you'll be taken to our library catalog discovery tool. It will search to see if we have full text availability in any of our other databases, and then you log in with your Monmouth email and password for access. And if the full text is available, it will be linked here. In this case, it says you can request it from another library. You're able to request through this link, or you can go back to the library database and use this link. This will fill in the blanks with all of the article information, and you need to just fill out your contact information. Articles arrive for free from other libraries. It's an invaluable service for college students, and I hope you can take advantage of it. Once you've reviewed the resources and selected the ones you're interested in and put them in your folder, you can retrieve them from your folder at the top of the page. Select those that you'd like to send to yourself and email them. Okay, let's review. PsycInfo is a database of peer-reviewed research written by experts, perfect for what we do in an academic institution. It's organized in a database, and that means there are fields we can search and ways we can narrow and utilize the vocabulary of the items we find to further refine our searching and find relevant items. It's a lot like sorting through a pile of Legos. If we use the right tool, it can make our research much easier. So here are some tips. Keep it simple. Utilize synonyms, phrases, and truncation, and look for subject words that can help you refine your search. Good luck with your search.